You are listening to Pro Saints Talk, presented by Boot Crew Media. Follow us on Instagram or Twitter at Boot Crew Media. That is crew with a K.
For the win! Stride, here he goes.
You play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Harris still going. But what a catch by Thomas. On 3rd and 2 goes deep. Touchdown for the Saints.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Pro Saints Talk, the home of your 1-0 New Orleans Saints. Buccaneers, eat a plate of shit.
Who that, baby? Who that?
We called it last week. We started out 1-0 over the very overrated and way too soon to crown champions, which some people are doing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Absolutely.
We win, what did we get, 34-23.
You got it.
Patty Wheels, closest on the score. You get a prize. You know what it is?
No idea.
I don't know yet either. We'll figure that out.
All right.
Anyway, 24-23. Pat picks the close with 34-27. Now, before we get into the game, we're going to break it down. The big news of the weekend, we got a couple contracts. Contracts get signed. The big one in Alvin Kamara. We do get a deal done at 5 years, $75 million.
Yeah, we're going to have to eat some crow on that one, I think. But
Oh, boy. What was it, 34 guaranteed?
34 guaranteed.
We're gonna have to look out. I know Patty Wheels just released his little article on bootcrew.com about the Alvin Kamara signing.
Yeah, I think the thing here is I think this is, while I don't agree with the money, and I stand by that, I think it's a good thing for the team this year that just takes that issue out the way, right? And let's roll.
Right. Well, it's a win. It's a win now contract, as like all of these contracts are. We're gonna have to.
If we get stuck with a bad running back deal 3-4 years down the line, but we have a Super Bowl this year,
Worth it.
I'll live with it.
Yeah, it's worth it for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll live with that for sure. But yeah, $34 million guaranteed, spread out over the next 6 years. Is that correct? Is that how it is, Patty?
So I've been anxiously awaiting the breakdown on Over the Cap.
Oh, so they still haven't released that yet?
Overthecap.com. I'm not exactly sure how they get a hold of all those details from the NFL office, but
Freedom of Information Act, bro.
There it is.
yeah, but basically all we know right now is it's a 5-year deal, $75 million in total.
Right.
I mean, given our, just looking at what the cap looks like for 2020 and also next year in 2021, you have to imagine that a significant portion is going to be recognized in years 3, 4, 5.
Right. Yeah, especially with, what we got on with Drew, especially on the backside of his
Right.
deal.
Plus,
stretching that
Mickey
out.
Loomis loves to kick the can, so yeah.
Yeah, and I mean and to be honest, I know it's way too early to talk about, but is it a tradable contract? So we're gonna have to see how this goes.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, we'll see. But so we lock AK up. I'm not gonna harp too much on that. But during the game, Aaron Andrews reports quietly under the radar, a guy that Ryan has also been, preaching that we have to give money to, and we did. Demario Davis, 3 years, $27 million, 18+ guaranteed.
Huge.
Hell of a deal. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
He's our quarterback on the defensive side of the ball, if you want to look at it that way.
Right.
And I mean, he's phenomenal. I mean, yesterday he was ripping. He had that sack on Tom Brady where he just demolished that offensive lineman. I mean, all in on that contract.
Yeah, plus
we probably got a good deal out of that.
Yeah, there's
honestly.
some really good value there for sure. I think he really likes being here, so that's part of it.
Sure.
But man, yeah, that's a steal, man. He's definitely one of the guys that we were most worried about re-signing. So
He is 31.
That's all right.
He is 31.
Yeah,
So
he's in the prime still.
I was gonna say, I still love that deal. He is 31 years old, right? So I mean, look, if we get to year 3 of that, right, which would be what, 20, 23, 22? I forget the year.
Math.
But yeah, when we get to that season, if he's kind of on the decline a little bit, locking him up and getting that done is big going into this year.
Absolutely.
100%. So yeah, we got him locked up. I guess all we got left now is after his performance yesterday, that contract just went up for Marshawn. Whenever we
Absolutely.
whenever we have to sign him, allowing Evans to another 0 catch day against him.
Just dollar signs in his eyeballs.
I mean,
that's
he's
what all it
loving
is.
it.
Yeah.
Do y'all think Lattimore gets Mike Evans' number after the game and just talks shit nonstop?
I hope he does.
Like those two always seem so close to just breaking out in a full fist fight.
They want to shoot each other.
Yeah. There's some serious tension there. You
They
can
do
see
not
it
like each other.
every play.
It goes back to when Evans didn't want to give, when they were talking about the NFL 100.
Absolutely.
When Sean was on that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they got other good players too.
Yeah,
It's like,
didn't want to give him credit. Yeah.
That dude ate your lunch, son.
Exactly. And he ate it again.
He ate it again.
He has his number. Let's be
He
honest.
is his bully. Every time Mike Evans
His
shows
bully?
up to school.
That's
He's
daddy.
his daddy.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is he shows up to school and Sean takes his money and goes and buys the lunch and then makes constant eye contact while he's eating that chicken sandwich. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Sean's contract is going to be outrageous, especially after the Jalen Ramsey contract. This weekend in the NFL, I called it Oprah weekend. So everybody got a contract. You
Right.
get a contract. You get a contract. You get a contract.
Cooper
you get a
Kupp even
contract.
got a contract.
Cooper Kupp gets a big deal. Dalvin Cook gets a big deal.
Right.
Who else? Another running back. Didn't another running back get a deal? Or I'm thinking of Kamara. I'm thinking of Kamara. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all of these running backs, and then Joe Mixon got the deal, 2 weeks ago? All of these running backs from the 2017 draft, man, getting paid and actually good too.
Yeah.
You don't see that very often, but
It's true.
so all right, let's jump into this game, guys.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
1-0, the overrated Buccaneers,
Sucking the
the
ears.
Succaneers. Defense, Saints defense looked phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, and we talked about, how blah, blah, blah. We didn't have the preseason, didn't have the camps. Defense are always kind of out in front of offenses. But they looked phenomenal. Stellar, giving up 325 yards to Tampa team who was playing from behind most of the game. So trying to throw the ball, they go up 7-0 from the Brady quarterback sneak in the first quarter. But after that, the Saints get the ball, march down the field, an 11-play drive, capped off by a little screen pass to the left by our $15 million man and Kamara.
Right.
And Kamara takes the screen around the left side. McCoy was definitely not holding on that, as Pat pointed out to us earlier today.
It's all right.
Hey, look, that's part of football, right?
Can't catch them all,
Yeah, calls are made, calls are missed.
Right. Absolutely.
It's something that happened in a split second, just happened to notice it on the replay.
Yeah.
But it definitely looked like we got away with one there. It looked like kind of turned White's shoulders.
Yeah. And I know you're happy about that, Rod guy, with your fantasy team there.
Yeah, I guess.
Started off pretty hot.
Yeah, the rest of my team sucked, so it's no big deal.
But no, I guess fantasy football draft season upon us. Well, actually, it just passed.
Right.
But due to quarantine, it's very possible that you have that little Zeke little fro going on down there in your pants. There.
Sure enough.
So what we've done over here at Boo Crew and Pro Saints Talk, we've partnered with Manscaped. We can snip that right up for you.
Yep.
It doesn't nick you from what they say. If you use the guards
it properly, yeah.
Use the guards.
It will not.
It will get you. It will get you.
But if
anyway.
you use the guards, you're fine.
But no, Manscaped. You can use the code BootCrew20. BootCrew20 will 2020. BootCrew20.
You got it.
BootCrew20 will get you 20% off with Manscaped and all of their other fine products that they allow us to give 20% off on. It's fantastic. But anyway, back to the game. Thank you, Manscaped. But yeah, so Alvin Kamara takes up the left side on a little screen pass. That's about 11:40 into the second. We didn't score in the first quarter.
Right.
Kept us
A little shaky in that first
a
quarter.
little shaky there. It was a while before we scored there, and but you can see Tampa Bay, their offense wasn't clicking the same way ours wasn't clicking.
For sure.
And they have a lot more new toys to play with, so it's going to take them a while to get going. Obviously, as we talked about ad nauseum, but which everybody else just thought they were going to come out guns blazing, and put up 45 points on us.
Well, let's talk about the play calling early in the game first, right?
Yeah.
Yes. First off, I think a lot of times, and Ryan and I were talking about this yesterday while watching it, a lot of times you're going in 10, 15 plays scripted. You're running them no matter what the situation.
Yep.
Right? You're going in with a plan. I, for one, was a little surprised. I thought we'd be more aggressive to open up.
I agree.
And let's give credit where credit is due. The Tampa defense, the front seven, was as advertised.
Yeah, they're for real.
Devin White might end up being the best linebacker in this league by the end of the season. The guy was an absolute missile.
Can we get a
I
test?
Know,
Can we get a
I know
test
I'm a
on him?
homer. I'm a homer with LSU, right? But
Yeah.
I mean, he was blowing up plays
Yeah,
all over the field, right? So
absolutely.
Well, your boy Levante David too.
Yeah,
He was.
yeah.
I mean, you
Come
called
on.
it too. He's probably one of the most underrated guys in the league.
They're so
flying
athletic.
around.
They're so athletic.
Flying around,
Yeah.
man.
yeah, so I mean, Sean clearly had an idea how he wanted to start the game. Looking back on it the second time, I think it definitely had something to do with, okay, let's ease. This is the 2020 first time the offense out there in a real game. I've said it before. I don't care how many times you try to simulate a game in practice and a scrimmage, it's not the same.
Of course.
The energy's not the same. Like you play faster in a game. Defenses play faster. People hit harder. That's just they're bringing everything once the first whistle drops. So, yeah, I mean, but after we seemed to get out of that script, especially to end the half, I was liking the play calling at the end of the half.
At the end of the half.
Yeah, at the end of the first half, for
At
sure,
the end of
yeah.
the first half, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'd say the second quarter we started turning it on for sure. But
Right. And
I mean,
then
that first quarter was
a little iffy.
Right.
But yeah, so second and third quarter were our best quarters.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
easily.
Agreed.
You can just tell by looking at the stats,
Yeah.
and the box score on that one. But yeah, so when we get back into it, after that little swing pass on the very next drive, we have Tom Brady's first quote-unquote miscommunication
Yep.
with Mike Evans, which Bruce Arians gets on after and said that it was basically Brady's fault.
Yep.
I threw him right under the bus. It
Sure
was
did.
fantastic. But yeah, Mike Evans was going across kind of a little skinny post across the middle, I think it was, and they had him bracketed and with a safety over the top, and I think it was a linebacker running with him under the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, anyway. They had him covered over the top and over the bottom, and Mike Evans made the right read to sit. He turns around and sit, kind of makes it into almost a curl route instead of a skinny post. So then when he turns around to sit, Brady just tossed it right up to Marcus Williams, man.
Yeah.
Well, that was so huge momentum-wise.
Absolutely.
Going back
Especially
to
right after a score.
Yeah, going back to what we just after the slow start on offense, which was most likely to the script, we finally find a rhythm, right? Our guys are kind of in a groove. We punch it in for 6. Bam. Brady gives it to us 2 plays later. Short field.
Right.
Yeah, man, and that brings to another point that I was going to make. Saw a stat earlier from a guy, Ross Jackson, on Twitter. Give him a little follow there. He's got his own podcast. They do a bunch of stuff. They had a rough time. The Bucs had a rough time with field position, man. They started,
Yeah.
I think it was 8 drives behind their 20, as opposed to the Saints starting 8 drives on the better side of R35.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And especially like that with the shorts after the interception, right after a score, to have that short field is fantastic. I mean, that's what it's beautiful. It's how you want to see. You want to be set up all the time.
It was a complimentary game, yeah, for sure. Special teams was setting up good field position all day. So obviously defense as well. Forcing punts to begin with. Deontay Harris back there fielding punts. I think he went 4 punts fielded for 59 yards.
Yeah, man, that's a good average, man.
14.75 average. That's
enough.
pretty solid, man.
Yeah,
Did y'all see
absolutely.
the meme of Jameis Winston next to the
The
kid,
looking-
kind of
Yeah.
side by side?
Yeah.
That was probably the best thing to come out of yesterday, meme wise.
Yeah, 'cause it was the same eye, the same like eye look, everything.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
wonderful.
Y'all got rid of me for this?
But yeah, and that was another thing. Like, I mean, 3 turnovers
Yeah.
from them. We had none. That was fantastic. You're going to put yourself in good position to win a game when that happens.
Yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, man, the way that it looked yesterday, I think obviously the media hyped this team up, to which we didn't buy that much into because we watch football and
Yep.
we know how it works. Apparently they don't. But yeah, we didn't buy into any of that. It's
Well, remember too, we talked about it last week, and not so much to pat ourselves on the back here, but I think we ended up.
Pat away.
No,
Pat.
we're patting. We're patting today.
I
for
think
sure.
we ended up. I think we ended up, really kind of settling and choosing of all the quote unquote X factors there were. It was going to be the fact that we've played together a lot.
Yes,
Tom Brady's
indeed.
brand new.
Yeah.
I think that the media is making a lot more excuses for Tom than I'd expect.
Yeah.
Right. And even Arians said it. I mean, I found that kind of interesting. Right. I mean, they're asking him about, and he comes out with the comment. I mean, this isn't verbatim, right? But he's saying, I really wasn't expecting that given the way we looked the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it goes back to
When you're playing against
you
yourself.
can't simulate games.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can't simulate games. And look, you got to give our defense credit too.
Oh, yeah. What
You
are
know?
you talking about? They set the tone, honestly. Let's be real about it. Anyamata took Gronk's soul there in the second quarter when he, that little
That little
swing
shot.
pass. Dude, I swear, he did not want to play football after that.
I don't
Tell
think he wanted to play football at all. I mean, did you see him out on the
Yeah.
field? He looked like he's carrying an ice wagon behind
Right,
him.
exactly. I'm telling
He
you.
lost weight and got slower. What happened here?
Yeah, man. I don't know.
I honestly think that I think he pretty much said this that the only reason he came back was because of Brady.
Yeah.
Obviously, but I mean, Jesus, man, go back to WWE. Like,
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
telling you, man. Watch that Anyamata hit again. It's like he gets up off the ground. He's like, "What did I sign up for?
Well,
Like, I didn't. I was not ready for this at all."
I don't know if it's true, but I saw somebody tweet that they saw Brady like ask him after if you're okay, and he just kind of looked at him and turned away.
I would not be surprised, man.
That was like just rotten. But anyway, back to where were we here in the game? We score a touchdown. Oh, we get the ball back on an interception, and then we score 4 plays later. We had an interception that got down close, and we who scored that second touchdown? Oh, AK.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, $15 million man, 2 in a row, and we all got real excited about that.
Yep.
He's on pace. Was he on pace for 142 touchdowns?
That's it, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
My fantasy team needs you.
Yeah, but anyway, so the Bucs couldn't wait to end the first half.
Yeah.
They wanted to get off of the field.
Well, let's
There.
make sure we give Marcus Hunt a shout out for that blocked field goal right
Oh yeah,
there.
yeah. That's true.
Oh, that is true.
another-
That's right.
it's
Oh,
another
how
thing
did
with the
I miss
special
That's
that?
why you have 6'9" guys from Europe on your team,
That's what I'm talking
Those guys
about.
help.
baby.
I don't know.
Estonia.
I don't know
Yeah.
if he's actually from Europe, but
He is.
from
He's from
Estonia.
Estonia. He's an Estonian.
But yeah,
There you
so
go.
I mean,
Eastern Europe at that. Let's
Eastern
go.
Bloc. Let's go.
comes up off the practice squad. I mean, he was going to be around. He signed into the practice squad. Comes up off the practice squad when when old Davenpoop goes out. We're not even going to talk about him right now. But anyway,
He Hunt actually made some plays too in the run game, which
Right.
was surprising to see. But
yeah,
you
but,
know,
but yeah. So he gets in the middle. He busts through the line. He jumps and actually blocks the ball when he's already landed again.
Yep.
It's
That's how tall he is.
That's how tall he is. It's pretty funny. They had a little post game thing, and he was like showing off his bruise and shit
Right.
from it. He was
Because
all
everyone
happy
thought he
about
got hit in the face. They asked him if he got hit in the face, and he was like, "Nope, got hit in the arm." And shows his bicep.
it. Here it is.
Yeah.
Marcus Hunt blocks the field goal there. I just love blocked field goals, man. Just it sets you up automatically. Like it just basically makes you feel like you're going to score on the next drive.
Yeah.
You're going to get good field position unless you're down. It's like a chip shot field goal.
Yeah.
But nobody's really blocking those because of the angle that you have to kick it.
It's also rarely done. It doesn't happen
True.
that often.
True.
So
Yeah. So the Saints capitalize again, drive down the field, put up another 29-yard field goal by Lutz with 46 seconds left remaining in the half.
Golf partner.
Golf partner.
Way to go, golf partner.
Well, I was going to say that's probably the reason why he's making all of these.
yeah, you can't miss. Because
kicks.
Pat said he's not.
Look,
gonna miss.
before I left 18, I made sure to tell him good luck. Luck of the Irish. I'm not
Here
going
we
to say
go.
it's why he made it, but let's
Yeah.
play golf again, Will.
It's science.
So we get the field goal, give it back to the Pats. They punt it back to us. We take a knee, and we go into halftime. Score is 17-7. Bucs come back out on the field. They receive the second half kickoff. They go down real quick in this one. Real quick in this drive. Nice little pick six.
Yep.
Nice little pick six.
Old Jack.
Jack
Jack
Rabbit.
Rabbit jumps the route. Who is it? It's a little out route. Who was the guy that was running that out route?
17,
there? Number
Miller?
17.
No,
yeah, that was him,
Miller
the
is
white
10.
guy.
Miller's 10.
No,
One of the white receivers.
one of the white guys.
The other white guy.
Yeah.
So he the other white meat. But he takes that back for a nice little pick six. Brady's got a couple of those in his past couple of games.
Yeah. And again, I think it goes back to how we were talking before about, just continuity. I think they had talked about, this is what Jack Rabbit said after the game. They had seen it on film that they like to run double outs.
Yeah.
And they hadn't run it at all in the first half. And then they were talking about seeing it in the second half because obviously if you don't see it in the first half, you're probably going to see it in the second half. Yeah. And it was a staple play that Tampa Bay ran a lot of last year. So, I guess he said anticipation, communication, and knowing what came earlier in the game and what was going to come later in the game is what's important when playing defensive back. So,
you see the replay. He was all over it.
Absolutely.
He
knew it was coming.
He looked like he was in the huddle.
He was breaking on the ball before it left
That's
Brady's
the thing
hand.
about him. Like he's a risk taker. So obviously we might get burned on a couple like that at some point. People are going to watch film, but he's going to pick balls off, man, and that's what we need.
Watson was the receiver's name.
Okay.
I know we were clamoring for that.
I think we should stick with the other white meat.
Yeah, the other white meat.
Yeah,
the other white.
I like it. I like that one.
But yeah, man.
I think easily. I don't. It's hard. I couldn't think of another play. That was the play of the game, in my opinion, right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it was huge because if they march down the field to get any type of score, it's a one-score game.
It's a momentum thing too,
Yeah.
right? Like you just steal any momentum that they were gonna get in that drive. It's just like, all right, snatch your hopes away.
Man, I will say this though: the fucking roof would have went off that
Oh,
place
I
if
know,
they were
man.
if there were fans
Seriously.
there. God, the fucking
I would have spilled my beer, everything. You know what it is,
I would have got yelled at for spilling on people again.
right?
Well,
You don't know how to drink your beer.
yeah. I
I
think
can drink it good, just can't keep it in a cup.
I think there would have been a lot of moments from this game where the dome would have absolutely exploded.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
It
well,
would have
but I think
absolutely
that's the one.
exploded. But that,
Yeah.
that would have been huge, especially when you consider like coming off halftime and like
Right.
the run
Right.
we had into it.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, so Saints are up 24-7 at this point. Bucs get the ball back and quickly move 45 yards down the field because of a PI called on old Williams back there.
yeah.
This
that was
eventually,
terrible.
this eventually led to a OJ Howard touchdown from 9 yards to bring the Bucs to 24-14.
We were talking about that play actually at Kirk's house. Why would you run that play in that scenario right there? They blitzed Lattimore, right,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have Marcus Williams try to come over the top and cover.
Yeah. It's
Lattimore had been shutting down all game.
Yeah.
So like I don't understand. You should have blitzed from the other side.
well.
Why are you bringing a corner blitz at all up 3 scores?
Right, exactly. You don't even need to do that.
I don't hate it, and I understand. You bring the look. You bring the corner
Yucky.
blitz up 3 scores in case that shit happens. It's all hindsight. Sean comes in and makes that tackle. We're not talking about shit.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Fair.
He's
I mean,
shutting
fair
him down.
point.
He's shut him down all game. Know.
Right, but-
Come
But
on.
that's why we're here to talk shit.
right.
are,
This is
we
what it's
are.
all about.
But and that's another thing is that you're probably not going to see him do that much.
Yeah. Of
So
course.
it's going. I think it was a kind of a surprise thing again.
Yeah.
We get the pick 6. Let's go bury him.
Yeah,
Let's go
it's-
at him now. Let's shut him down right
It's
now.
certainly nitpicky because like there's not a lot to hate about what we did on defense.
Well, yeah,
I'm just like,
right.
that's just one thing that I remember specifically us talking about. Like, why do that in that scenario?
Well,
Yeah.
I think something important to bring up too, related to the play call, aside from just being up 3 scores, maybe sticking in more of a base defense. I like the aggressive mindset. Don't get me wrong, right? But
Right.
look at the first touchdown drive, with the Bucs. That was pushed forward by 2 pass interference penalties.
Exactly.
I personally thought one of the 2 was actually. I thought both of them could have not been called. They were.
Yeah.
By the book PI calls, right? So
Right.
not trying to dispute that here, but that's another pat on the back for the defense when you think about that. Just for all of their scoring drives, they needed a big PI call just to keep them going.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that happens. We're up 24-14 at this point. On the ensuing drive, Breeze. Breeze throws a ball intended for Sanders, but is picked off. Now, luckily, comes back. Got a pass interference call on him.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about that. We end up punting the ball anyway. Then we swap a couple punts back and forth, and the Bucs go on a solid series from their own 11. From their own 10, and put up their first field goal of 38 yards by Suckup. Now we're up 24-17 at that point. The Bucs had a couple solid drives.
Yeah.
Of like 10+ plays, and
Absolutely.
you can see where they're not there, but they're getting there. Obviously, new toys. Say it over and over again. No preseason, but
They get paid too, you know?
Right.
So
well, yeah, that's another thing.
yeah,
They're still professional
Yeah,
football
absolutely.
players. They're
Yeah,
still good.
no question.
But yeah, so they had a couple solid ones there. So we're up 24-17. Third quarter ends and Tampa Bay has the ball. The fourth quarter starts, and after 2 plays, the Bucs give it back to the Saints. On second down, Drew hooks up with Cook for that nice little, 48-yard play.
It's nice.
Nice little 38 yards through the air, people. Let's
Also-
not freak out.
Also a dime.
And it was good. Yeah, it was a solid pass.
Yeah.
I love the play call getting Cook up the sideline. To that point too, and understandably so, right? And I think, and the national media this morning, as I'm watching, absolutely was losing their minds over our third quarter to this point.
Yeah.
And we did have, 3 or 4, I forget the count, right? Slow drives,
Yeah.
right? That just 3 and outs, didn't turn into anything, right? I think we had one first down to that point. Not good, right?
not great, yeah.
But, consider the situation, right? And I know a lot of fans, myself included, when I was in the heat of the moment as a fan, before I watched it again, was like, what the hell are we doing with these play calls?
Yeah.
Right? We're up 3 scores. Let's burn, we're that's where you establish a run game, pound the clock.
Yeah.
We just had to block and execute better there.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that was good though. Once they got within that 1-score range, boom, Cook over the top, get us going.
Yeah, well, also in those
It was
times,
needed. It was
in
big
the
time
times that
needed.
you were talking about. We specifically saw Andres Pete whiff on some major blocks in some crucial situations.
Boy, did he. But he also made some plays
But
too.
he
On some
did.
of those screens,
He
you know,
did.
he made some nice blocks. So it was one with Deontay Harris as well.
Yeah,
But it's just it's consistency has always been his issue. right?
That's his issue. Yeah, and we can sit here every game, and it's probably 70-30 good to bad.
Yeah.
But the 30 just seemed to stick out.
Just
They always
so
do.
bad.
Yeah.
Whiffing, just completely whiffing.
Just super bad. But yeah, so Saints get the ball back, and on second down, Drew hooks up with Cook. Like we've said before, gets the 46-yard pass down the sidelines, and then right after that, he hooks up with Emmanuel Sanders, gets his first touchdown as a Saint, and he also becomes the 70th player to catch a touchdown pass from Drew Brees.
Fun fact.
Fun fact there for
like
you.
that one. I like
you
that
use
one.
that one in Jeopardy when it comes up.
Yeah,
in about
I mean,
50 years.
I think from a more game-wide perspective, I personally thought we would see a lot more Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
I'm happy he got that first touchdown. So I'm hoping moving forward we see him get
Yeah.
Well,
get a couple more throws
I'll
coming
say
his
this.
way.
Let's talk about the
didn't
Tampa
go-
Bay secondary here.
Yeah.
This Tampa Bay secondary sacked up.
Yeah, they
and
did.
played a lot better. Like
did,
I said,
for sure.
the past couple of games, the end of the year last year, they really stepped up.
I'll say this though, I don't think Drew Brees was in, his best form. So the play before Sanders scores the touchdown, he had Sanders coming on a drag route, and if he hits him in stride, it's a touchdown.
Yeah.
But instead he throws it behind him. Sanders has to kind of fall down for it, gets up, gets the first down in the process, and then I think the next play or two we score with him. But there were just some throws from Drew, man. I just he missed Kamara, I think, on one swing pass that would have gotten some yards, but
Well, that could also, it could be Russ. It could be Russ, but then it could also be it's timing with Sanders. He doesn't.
Let's be honest. Let's think about it. This, no preseason. We're talking about, he's going to make mistakes in a preseason game, first game of the year. He
but
doesn't
I'm
have a chance to get any of these bad throws out of his system.
I'm not putting Drew in the guy that needs a preseason category for anything.
Everybody needs one.
This dude
I
here
don't think
hates
so.
preseason so much. He thinks that it's a timing offense, man. You got to consider that. Like Pat said, you cannot replicate it on the practice field. You just can't. Some of the timing aspects of this are done on the field and on the field only. The same thing happened with Cook last year. It was why it was such a slow start.
I could agree with everything you're saying.
Well,
if most of these teams didn't score 30 points this week.
Look, everyone's. Let's face it. Baltimore Browns are terrible.
Yeah,
they're one of the.
true,
Other teams did well. I get it, right? But
Right.
Look, I think we've focused a lot last week on and we've talked about it today. The players needing the preseason.
Yeah.
Preseason's for coaches too.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
That's where coaches are working on their communication on the sideline, right? That's where
Absolutely.
they're seeing, things in games.
Yeah.
So I mean, this was, just like Breeze, Peyton's been around the block. I mean, he's called who knows how many games, right? I mean,
For sure.
It wasn't his first rodeo. I think he came out today talking to the media, and he was basically shitting on himself over his play calling.
Said possibly the worst play calling he's ever had, in a game, period.
That's
I
saying
think-
a lot, too.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
So come on. Like,
Well, and just to, we could go into this so long. So, I think what we saw yesterday, and I think it happens to Peyton sometimes, and he does it unintentionally, right? Is that we have so many weapons. He's trying to get so many guys' hands on the ball that sometimes we force the issue,
He
and we
outsmarts
end
himself,
up we end up losing a rhythm.
yeah. I can
Some
agree with
Smart
that.
for his own good.
Yeah,
Kind
he
of deal.
outsmarts
Yeah.
himself sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
Well, and I think he was also wanting to see stuff early on.
yeah.
Especially in that third quarter, we had the opportunity to do it. You're up 3 scores. Yeah, I want to try this. I want to get the run game going, get these guys blocking.
Right.
But yeah, and then so back to the third quarter here, helped us out a lot. It's something you don't see ever work is a pooch kick in the NFL.
Yep.
And Jesus Christ, did it work? I mean, you had I don't know how you should be ready as an NFL team for an onside kick, a pooch kick, or any type of kick. There's only 3-4 options to do on this.
Yeah. Yeah, the squib kick.
The fourth option.
That counts.
The fourth option. The
It
squib
plays.
kick. but so little pooch kick to the sidelines. Guy, I don't remember who runs over it, but runs over it, tries to field it, and they both run into each other. And Beanie Fowler comes scooting down and dives on the ball. Saints get the ball back with the short field again.
Yep.
I mean, playing from a short field all day, it's with bad play calling, and to win like this is really a big blessing when you look at it. So
Yeah.
this helped out a lot in this play. Yet again, a practice squad call up. So both of the guys that we called up from the practice squad had meaningful impact on the game by making 2 huge special team plays. And I mean the pooch kick is so much more rare than an onside kick.
Absolutely. Yeah, you rarely see one of those.
I mean,
period.
even when they do it, what
Yeah.
are the I
odds
wish
of
we
it
could know
working?
the percentages
Oh.
of actually happening.
It's got to be very low.
Probably the only one was yesterday.
Yeah. it's
Yeah, I
gotta
mean,
be
I
low.
would be curious to get Peyton's mindset or whoever called that. Just caught him napping.
Yeah, you
basically caught him napping off guard. And
Yeah.
when
Yeah,
guys are
man.
off guard, that's when they make mistakes.
But also they were holding the ball too.
Yeah.
So that's got to tell you something's up, right? There's no wind. You don't have to hold the ball. It's in the dome.
I don't think they weren't. It's not like they weren't prepared for it. Just like the dude made a boneheaded play. You don't try,
That is
especially
true,
if there's
yeah.
someone behind you.
Yeah.
You don't. If the ball's, you just don't lay out for it like that. You let the guy behind you get it. That's like football 101 right there.
Hey, look, sometimes those are the kind of things that are good omens for the season.
Oh, for sure.
Things, balls bouncing your way.
Well, that's
Better to be lucky than good, right?
Right,
That's
when you
the-
look back at the Super Bowl year, I
Yeah.
mean, all of those plays that we
Right.
just got lucky on.
Yeah, I mean, come
we
on.
had one. I think one dude had a punt go off of his back
Yeah.
when he was leaning down.
It's just
The
sometimes
Robert
the-
Beecham play, all
Sometimes the ball bounces your way, and you
Yeah.
ride it when it does. So
that. So get the pooch kick. Saints turn that into another Will Lutz field goal with 8:05 left on the clock, bringing the score to 35-17. Yet again, go back, exchange a couple of punts. Bucs get the ball back with 6 minutes left, and they drive 90 yards for a touchdown to Evans in garbage time.
yeah,
So
We'll
Mike
give him
Evans
that one.
finally gets his catch.
yeah, not on Marshawn.
Not on
though.
Marshawn.
Let's be
Not
honest.
on Marshawn.
That was on Demario Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
I mean, hey,
Right.
you're going to beat a guy, it better be a linebacker.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, you son of a bitch. But anyway. But, so they take it 90 for the TD to Evans. Then we get the ball back, and we finally see Taysom throw the ball.
Yep.
We got a little play. Taysom throws it 38 yards.
It's a little trick play there.
Little
I mean,
trickety doo-dah.
It's a flag
Aside
football play
from
right
the-
there. Shout out
aside
to
from-
Murphy.
Aside from
Murphy
the
Whitman.
fact that it was a cool play,
Yeah.
how do y'all feel about? I mean, why put that on tape?
Why not?
I mean, why not? Just see if it works.
It's a play that you can use and work and pull back out or run other things out of.
But we just talked about, we talked about before, right? I mean, granted, because Taysom is a quarterback, teams are always thinking.
Yeah, you have to be alert.
That's there.
You have to be alert to that. Come on, if you're a defense.
I guess I wonder if it was just Sean Payton be like, all right, I'm really gonna fuck with you guys now.
Maybe
I'm gonna rub this one in a little bit.
Maybe it was. I mean, Sean can be petty.
Yeah, he definitely
can be petty. He
For
can
sure.
be petty, and he'll run the fucking score up on you.
There were definitely a lot of. I saw some Buccaneers crying on Twitter about that, or not actual players, but fans crying that we were running the score up on them.
Oh,
but,
shut up! Don't
Yeah,
let us.
I
Don't
don't-
let us do it. Then
I never buy that
Yeah.
conversation.
Stop
Like,
us.
Stop it. They play 60 minutes. They get paid.
baseball players whine about that shit all the time.
There's no room for feelings here, dude. Not when it comes
Yeah.
to this. Stop us. That's what their job is, to stop the Saints, and they didn't do it very well. So
Yes, indeed, man. But so get that little play up the side to AK and where were we? Justin got another mess up.
this dude here.
And that was it. That was the end of the game after that.
Yeah. Oh, but then all right, so bring it back in.
Maybe just
So we get the little side up, and then this is where this is where people got, I think, the most upset was he kept trying to score, and of course we get the little AK was going for his third touchdown.
Right, exactly. That's what I was talking about.
I mean, he steps out, and I mean, it couldn't have been any closer.
No.
I mean, because you could see where the white on his glove was like
Yeah.
just that little
We're
bit
talking
in between.
like millimeters here.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so that's what they were all getting upset with on the fourth down, going for it. But also, like, what do you want us to do? Kick a field goal?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
we
you want us to kick the field goal? We're going to put
what's
points
the
on
difference?
the board.
Right. What's the difference between 3 and 7 there?
Yeah,
Like, what are
at
we
that
talking
point,
about? Yeah,
too.
it's a 4-point difference. Does it really matter?
Yeah, really. So
Peyton's been on record about how much he's made it an emphasis. He did it several times, talking about how this isn't. We didn't go through training camp, right? This is the schedule the players put together.
Right.
I mean, I think for him. And also, this could have been a situation of he didn't like how the offense performed throughout the game. Didn't like his play calling throughout the game.
I agree.
He's getting his reps in. He's getting stuff on tape that he can correct and learn
100%.
from and move forward from.
100%. Like, we're going to play these guys again, so why not see what kind of looks? We don't have any looks from the preseason or anything, This is the only looks we have of this team right now. And why not get your plays out there and see what you can do with them, I'm not mad at it.
yeah, man. So I'm with you. On that one. So 34-24 ends up being the final score.
Yeah.
All in all, it was an exciting game, especially when you come out on top. Win's a win, go 1-0, and you feel great about it.
I mean, Saints football was back. That's
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get to watch Saints football on Sunday again. We were worried it wasn't going to happen, and it is here.
Look, we all love perfect. I think, and this game was far from perfect.
Right.
Right? But at the end of the day, a win's a win, and it's a win over a division opponent.
Absolutely.
In a week where everyone in the division loses.
That's the next
First
thing.
place in the division. Let's go, baby.
So, I mean, it's I think we've seen games like this, and to me what I think is important to take away is instead of you're going to have a lot of people, especially we saw in the media, worried about this and that. How about the fact that we can win games in multiple ways?
Yes.
That's important. Sometimes when Drew doesn't exactly have it or the offense isn't clicking, to come out, right?
Yeah.
Come out, pull up, drop dick, get the W.
Also want to give a shout out to a couple of guys on defense that, obviously were not the bigger marquee names, I guess. So, obviously you had Trey Hendrickson showed up huge, right?
T-Rex?
Yeah, T-Rex arms.
T. Henderson?
Had a sack. I think, was it him who forced that fumble? I can't remember. Anyway, Carl Granderson as well had a sack. And obviously, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but old CD Deuce
Yeah, dude.
led the team in tackles with 10 tackles.
Also got everybody's back.
Yeah.
Run up and try to
You
choke
saw
out
it?
Mike Evans. My man come out of nowhere.
He came out of nowhere, just hanging on Evans' neck. Like, let's go.
I want CD in my corner every game.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you what,
He's like our team's J.R. Smith, but
Yeah.
he also is good.
definitely not feeling the loss of Von Bell. Leading the team with tackles is, that's solid for second year player.
And keeping it in the defensive backfield. I remember how we talked about, how these guys can be used. They're so versatile.
Right.
Underhill comes out today and
Mm-hmm.
says that we used dime package, which is 6 DBs.
Yep.
And like a lot.
A lot. Right.
Like blows last year's percentage of what we used it out the water. So and that just brings it back to the versatility of these guys of being able to play at every level.
Yeah.
You can put them down, put them at linebacker, and put them and drop them back into coverage too.
Yeah, it's
and I tell
beautiful.
you what, when you have speed like that, sideline to sideline,
Yeah.
you're not running the ball on us.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard to pass.
And think about it. We didn't even start PJ Williams, who's like,
Yeah.
you know, he's been a starter in this team in the past, I don't know, 3 years, you know?
Well, Swearinger got a lot of time.
Yeah, he did. He
Swearinger
did.
did get a lot of plays. Also comes back to defense again. The third downs that we put Tampa Bay in
Oh, yeah.
were ridiculous. I mean, they converted 5 of 13, but those 5 that they converted were all 3rd and 1s.
Yep. It felt like we were
All
putting,
3rd and 1s.
It felt like we were consistently putting them in third down. It was great.
Yeah, and then you had what happened? 5 of the 3rd downs were 10 plus yards.
Nice.
8 were 4 plus
Oh,
yards.
you love to hear it.
Right. So I mean, anything behind a third and 5 is fantastic.
Right, we'll take it.
Right, and not like I said, they're 5 of 13, but every single one was 3rd and 1.
Right.
It's not the hardest thing in the world to get 1 yard.
For sure.
But so like I said, man, the defense played phenomenal.
Yeah.
And Tampa Bay's defense did too. It was definitely a defensive game, although the score doesn't really back that up.
Yeah.
But it was fun, man. We get the win. It was a full team win, obviously, because you got guys like Kamara and Michael Thomas barely involved.
Yeah.
And-
that was the surprise, honestly.
Yeah, and Michael Thomas gets shuts out now. He's got a high ankle sprain.
It's not
What they're saying is a high ankle sprain.
looking great.
Now, personally, we'll get into this in a second, getting into the Raiders on Monday night, but to me, man, I think this is a game where you can shut him down.
Yeah.
Give him a week off to rest that high, because high ankle sprain is not the same. If you know too much, like high ankle sprain is much worse than low. Like
Yep.
a regular low ankle sprain,
Right.
it's longer to heal, it hurts more, but I just think maybe this is the game. Like if it's
I'm with you.
not
Yeah.
too serious, still,
Right. It's a non-conference game, you know.
right.
It's
Non-conference game. You're coming off of a big win. The Raiders played well, but against a really, I guess I don't want to call them up and coming, but a young,
they're rebuilding.
rebuilding kind of.
Their defense is not good.
Carolina, yeah.
Carolina is not,
Offense obviously there runs through McCaffrey, new quarterback, and Teddy, who played all right. He
Did okay.
He did. He played. He did Teddy. He played
Yeah,
like
he did
Teddy.
exactly. 100%. You know what you're going to get with Teddy Bridgewater,
He
right?
played like Teddy.
100%.
I mean, from watching the game, I thought I saw a better version of Teddy Bridgewater than we saw down here when he came in and stepped in.
Really?
Yeah,
A better version?
better
Disagree.
version. I mean, with the exception of the Bucs game last year.
I think it's like Steve said, you know
I mean,
what
look,
you
Christian
get.
McCaffrey's going to make a lot of people look really good.
Of course, that's the
You know,
thing. And so, I don't know, man. He still holds the ball too long. He definitely took some sacks that he probably shouldn't have taken.
Had a 98 QB rating.
That's fine, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't
I'm
think
not
he's,
saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's
Just
perfect.
so dismissive of it.
I know.
Fine, fuck it.
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
joking.
like you said, he's gonna be efficient. That's what he does. But I mean, like, he's not the type of quarterback you want when your team's down. You know.
Yeah, true. He's
the
not.
Raiders
he's
should
not
have
really
gave
a
up
play
30
from
points
behind.
to him.
Well,
So yeah, I mean, we're in the same
exactly.
boat there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Right. So
I mean, obviously, Christian McCaffrey's a beast. He's going to do what he does. DJ Moore's coming on. I really wish we had drafted him, but that's another tale for another time.
yeah,
'cause
Captain Hindsight
drafted
over there.
Davenport instead. But another tale for another time. But also, Calvin Ridley, I don't know if y'all watched that guy go off. We
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Could have drafted him too. So just saying, we'll throw that out there. That's another conversation for another time. But yeah, I don't know. Carolina's defense is so bad right now. You can run the ball on them so easily. So I mean, if we're not able to put up points on them, when we,
Tell you what, Alvin
okay.
Kamara better have more than fucking 16 yards against this defense.
well, yeah, agreed. I agree.
12 carries, 16 yards. They had nowhere to run. Oh, I mean, like we talked about last week, their front seven's ridiculous. But when you have Murray going for 15 for 48,
Yeah. I
What
just
are
don't
we
think
missing?
I don't think either of those
Take away
defense,
that
Carolina,
junk time 38-yard reception and look at his stats.
I know. No, I'm with you,
Yeah,
man.
right. I don't know.
I mean, you're looking at, you take away 38 yards, you got 16 yards rushing, Math here. What do we got? 13. Yeah, 29 yards.
Yeah.
29 yards. Total.
Look, speaking of Kamara, and I'm not going to spend too much time here, right? But I think it's definitely worth mentioning, okay? Put the contract aside, right? This isn't about how much money he's getting paid. This is, I think, something I've noticed, and I think a lot of people have seen it or felt it. I think a lot of the time last year, we definitely didn't see him make the plays we're used to him making after that Seattle game. They didn't happen as often.
Yeah.
And then and then even in the playoff game, didn't show up for the playoff game.
Yeah.
And then we come out today, and he had the 2 touchdowns, but, overall, we're not seeing the same kind of pop plays that he would frequently generate. But, we have to be, I think what we have to look at, and what it is how many times did we see when we went to the Camaro that we knew it before the play started?
Yeah, I think that was kind
You
of
don't think you don't think Devin White saw it before the play
right,
started?
I think that was more of it. It kind of felt like we were force feeding him the ball at some point there,
Do you think?
But Murray was having, it was rare that you hand the ball off to Murray 2 times in a row. I mean, when we did, we saw what happened, got a first down, right? So, I don't understand why he has a problem sticking to that. But, I guess when you pay a guy that much money, you have to justify it in some sort of way, right?
Right. Well, you got to do that. And also, do you think maybe, especially because I mean, Sean even said it, his play calling was atrocious.
Yeah.
That maybe he was he's doing things differently with the way, maybe he was a little more reckless with Kamara back in the day.
Well, get reckless, dude.
Well,
Get
that's what I'm saying.
creative.
But now you have this contract, and even last year you had it waning that this is your guy.
Yeah.
You don't want to put him in certain situations the same way he did with Taysom when Drew was out. Stopped using him altogether in case something happened. So maybe he was a little bit more reckless, and reckless is probably a bad word because it doesn't sound, good in any way.
Well, I think there's enough tape on him now where they've seen how Sean got him the ball in the past.
Absolutely.
So he needs to go back to his old green notebook, and draw up some plays again, and because look, you pay a guy like Kamara because he can make guys miss in the open field. Great receiver out the backfield.
Yep.
But he's not getting. If you're just throwing it to him out in the flat, he's not getting away from linebackers in the NFL today.
Yeah.
Right. That's the name of the game. You got running backs playing linebacker.
There's certainly occasions that he's going to break tackles and whatever one-on-one situations. You think he's going to win the majority of those situations, but sometimes it's just not going to work that way. Sometimes they're reading your keys better than you think they are. They know what's coming, and it definitely seemed like that on a lot of plays yesterday.
Yeah, that is true. But with 2 touchdowns, it's not a bad day.
Not at all.
But the yards don't.
Almost
really.
3. Almost 3.
Almost three. A literal fingernail away from 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But taking, he's the guy that the offense has to run through, especially now with the contract. I mean, now even more than ever, you're going to hear this talk because, paying him this money, it has to. I mean, we talked about it last time. We were like, is he the guy to give this money to? Is he going to have 25 touches a game?
Right.
And if you're giving him that type of money, all these other guys are doing that. So he has to, pick that up too.
I just don't know if we're going to be successful if the offense is running through him.
I agree with you. He needs
I
to run through 13.
I think when we're most successful is when he's getting 10 touches a game.
Yeah.
Because if he's getting 10 touches a game and, that 10 to 15, right, that's when Peyton is picking his spots, right? That's when he's setting stuff up. We're not forcing stuff through him.
Right.
I know we paid him, but that shouldn't mean that we feel the need to force the ball his way.
Yeah, but that's what happens though a lot of the time, especially at first when you give a guy a contract. Especially you may feel the pressure from the front office, which I don't think that's true in this situation.
But I mean, look at Michael Thomas last year. Gets paid, and then the entire offense literally ran through him last year.
Well, I think that was just product of Michael Thomas. I don't think that was because he got a contract.
Where was he yesterday?
I just think that they played well against him.
Yeah.
I think that they just played well against him, man.
We were forcing the ball to Alvin a lot.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. I think a lot of it had to do with the game plan. It seemed like we were forcing the ball to Alvin a lot.
Yeah. If he has 20-plus touches and Taysom Hill only has 4, I don't like that balance.
Yeah.
Every time Taysom touches the ball, it feels like he's doing something special. You know,
I'm with you. It's exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah, Taysom.
I know Sean's going to figure it out. I'm just saying, something I noticed feels like we're forcing it.
Yeah, Taysom's he's a true professional.
It sure is.
Also, you looking for a place to live in New Orleans? Are we? Are you? Are you? Well, for professional and truly dedicated service with real results, please contact the top producing agent in New Orleans, Chris Smith of Gardner Realtors. His number is 504-231-2004. That number again, 504-231-2004. How's he doing? Didn't you tell me he was in the hospital?
He's doing good.
Good. All right. Well, get well soon out there, Chris.
Get well soon, buddy.
He's got something going on over there. But I hope you feel better, pal. But yeah, give him a shout if you need anything. Maybe not right now. Maybe tomorrow when he's out the hospital. Something like that. Anyway. But so let's move on to the Raiders.
Hold on. First let's give out game balls.
Oh, we want
Game
to do
ball
balls?
time.
Game
Game
balls?
balls
Game
before we
balls?
move
Game
on.
ball
Before
time.
we
Okay.
put this one to bed, let's hand out some game balls.
Who you got, brother? Who you giving?
Oh, you
who
guys
giving
go
your
first.
game ball?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pat, give it to him.
I mean, my game ball is going to the whole defense.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I'm giving it to the whole defense, mainly because they put the Week 1 Blues behind them.
Nice.
Week 1 Blues behind them, and they didn't blink after giving up that first touchdown.
Yep.
Aside from one run, just was absolutely stout against the run all day long. Made Brady throw the ball, and that's what led to 3 turnovers.
Made him uncomfortable. Yeah, absolutely.
Way to go, defense. Keep bringing it all season.
Mine is a form of that. I give it to the special teams. I was going to give it to the special teams. I mean, obviously, you got the pooch punt. You got Hardy making a ridiculous play on a gun.
Oh, man. That was
Smashed him.
That was awesome.
Smashed him.
That
on
was
that
awesome.
gun.
Why wouldn't you fair catch that?
I don't know.
What a dummy.
These dudes are brave,
Yeah,
man.
for real,
These
man.
dudes are brave. But, yeah, you got the pooch punt, the block kick, Hardy making a big play, pinning them down within the 10, man. Defense played well. Kind of expected that, though. But special teams, I mean, Will Lutz obviously didn't miss a kick.
Big nuts, Lutz.
Morstead making punts. It's just the special teams played outrageous yesterday, and it set us up. I mean, set us up in good field position all day and then bad position all day.
Absolutely. I'm actually in the same vein as you. I'm going to give it to someone more specific. I'm going to go with Thomas Morstead in particular.
Really?
Hey,
'Cause I'm not going to lie, because I heard y'all.
He did promise us before the pod that he'd surprise us.
There was a little bit of talk. I remember y'all talking, when we kept this other punter, about him losing a step or two, maybe. It's a possibility. So,
Not this year, though.
So six punts, right? 5 of them landed inside the 20, 0 return yards, and a net average of 44 yards per punt.
So pretty good.
And then obviously executed a beautiful pooch punt, right? So, Thomas Morstead, here you go, buddy.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
man.
the
Special
kind
teams
of
picked
deep
up.
work you get when you listen to this
That's what I'm
podcast.
talking
We giving
about.
game balls to punters and
Hell
shit.
yeah, dude.
I like
Shout
it, though.
out
You're
to
right,
the Gana show. Ambush, baby.
Good call there, Ryan.
All right. Well, the Raiders. the Las Vegas Raiders.
Gruden's grinders with the spider Y2 banana.
Love it. I
Okay,
love it.
basically, we're going to blow this team out the fucking water. I'm not even worried about it.
Yeah,
no,
we're smoked
I'm
it.
joking.
No,
But
it's
anyway,
okay.
no, man, offense is running through Josh Jacobs, clearly. 25 carries yesterday, 93
good.
yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground.
He's good.
Also had 4 receptions for 46 yards, so
Yeah.
some solid numbers there. But yeah, offense kind of runs through him. Derek Carr, 22 for 30, 239, 1 touchdown. Nothing spectacular. Very Derek Carr day,
Yep.
in my opinion. Waller, tight end / wide receiver, if you want to call him that. He's basically a wide receiver. I don't understand where that comes from. But he leads the team with 6 receptions for 45 yards. Ruggs, the turd, little rookie, he comes in 3 receptions, 55 yards. He had one nice, really long one. That was kind of his big play. He didn't really have too much crazy after that. It was a nice, long crossing route.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
fast.
He's fast as hell.
Yeah.
But he actually left the game for a little while with an ankle injury. He did come back in, see how much that really affects him. I mean, as a speed guy,
Yeah.
you need that lower half. So
Let's hope it swells up over the week.
Right. Well, I'm sure it did overnight. That's for damn sure.
Right.
I mean, I've had a sprained ankle before. It ain't fun.
Yeah.
It ain't fun at all.
Here he goes. Back in my day.
I mean, to be fair, I did sprain my ankle like every other week.
I walked 6 miles to the podcast through the snow just to be here.
Uphill both ways? Yeah. Fuck you. Jonathan Abram leads the team with 9 tackles, 1 for a loss. Their defense gave 388 yards to old Teddy B and the McCaffrey bunch over there.
Right.
We talked about it a little bit before this. Teddy played a very Teddy game.
Mm-hmm.
Terry did what he did. He does what he does.
Yep, 7.9 yard average on his passes.
That's about right. And
Let's go Teddy.
And that's, well, what was it before the 75-yard bomb to Anderson? Because that must have been a lot, because that was one play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but yeah, I'm sure it wasn't great.
So let's take that away. It was what? Then it would make him 21 for 33.
Is Steve about to do math?
Y'all want to see how long this takes?
Let's go.
You want to put a timer on it? So minus 75 equals 195. So 21. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Anyway,
He's definitely not pushing the ball down the field.
No, he's not. It's his typical Teddy Bridgewater stuff.
But let's think.
We'll worry about Teddy another time, though, right?
Outside of Christian McCaffrey, you got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson,
Yeah.
and
Curtis Samuel, I guess, is probably their other guy, but
The point is, you don't have Michael Thomas.
they don't have many weapons.
they
in Carolina.
don't. Yeah.
And like we said, Carolina they're rebuilding with older guys, so it's kind of weird. But you bring in a new offensive coordinator and Joe Brady from LSU.
Mm-hmm. New coach.
New head coach also. Now was I talking to you about how they called the plays at LSU?
Yeah, so look, I mean, Joe Brady got a ton of credit, and rightfully so, for what happened last year, right? But it's worth noting that people seem to get confused a lot that he wasn't the offensive coordinator at LSU.
Right.
Steve Ensminger was the offensive coordinator at LSU, and they worked together in calling plays. And look, and this, I'm not trying to knock Joe Brady here at all, because he even said, he heaped praise on Ensminger during the award show roundup.
Yeah.
Talking about how they worked as a team, right? Talking about how Steve trusted him. But he was also saying how, and not surprising, a young guy calling plays wants to get aggressive. Steve would check him when he needed to.
Yeah.
Check his worst instincts as he was in the booth for the first time. He was an analyst for the Saints.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, man. So, all right, enough about the Panthers. We got to talk about the Raiders here.
Yeah. Let's get into their weapons here, I guess.
So, obviously, you got Ruggs
Yeah.
on the outside there. And then a couple guys on defense. They have one guy, their linebacker. What's his name? A very Polish name. Kwiatkowski. He was supposed to go.
Sounds like he belongs in that. What was that, like, Disney movie with, like, the...
What, Remember the Titans?
No. It was like an Pixar animated film.
You know how many Pixar
Monsters,
animated
Inc.
films-
He sounds like he belongs in
Oh,
Monsters, Inc.
yeah,
Mike
there we go.
Wazowski.
Mike
There we go.
Wazowski.
Yeah, okay.
That's a good one. That's a nice reference. I love it.
Fuck. Yeah.
I was wondering why I thought his name was familiar.
Our references go deep
Really
here
close.
on Pro Saints
really
Talk.
Close. Yeah. But, so he goes down. They thought it was a torn pec, which turns out it's not. So they're not sure about him this game. So we have one less linebacker to probably worry about. I don't feel like that they're going to rush that guy out there too soon.
No.
But Pat, you got some breakdowns, brother? Who? we got here?
I mean, look. So, before we go to the offense, talk about the defense. This is going to be. I mean, I expect to see a lot better execution next week.
Yep.
Nothing we saw from Tampa with the impact all-pro type players that they had at certain levels are not going to be there on this defense.
100%.
One of the things Gruden did when he first got there, right, is they invested a lot of picks on the defensive line.
Yes.
Not many of those have panned out.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, you look at, I really like Abram. I think Abram's a playmaker out of Mississippi
Yes.
State. Got hurt last year. So really, he's playing in his, I think he was like hurt like 20 minutes into his first game.
Yeah.
But that guy's going to make plays. We should be able to we should be able to be balanced and do what we want to do. It's just a matter of not shooting ourselves in the foot. Now on offense, I thought look, I know Carolina's no Tampa Bay, right? But I thought watching the game, I thought their offense is something that, we're going to have to bring it on defense again. Yeah. Like you said, it's going to run through Jacobs. He had over 50% of the touches. Offensive line, their offensive line is going to be better than Tampa's.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? So I don't want to immediately assume that we're going to control the line of scrimmage like we did last time.
I mean, their offensive line
if we do
is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but especially when we look on the others. I mean, the other side of the ball, too. I think we're going to –
Don't get me wrong. I think we're going to win the battles.
Yeah.
I think we're going to win the battles, but – yeah, I mean, if we, if we stop, starts with the front seven, if we take Jacobs out the game, it's going to be a long day.
I mean, let's be real here. I mean, okay, yeah, Jacobs had 3 touchdowns, but his average was 3.7 per carry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like blowing your doors off. You
No,
know what I mean? So,
and also Carolina's front seven, especially sans Luke Kuechly,
they're terrible.
Is not
good.
Like ours. So I don't think it's going to be the same, 25 bangers for 93 yards.
Right.
They give him the ball 25 times or maybe less.
They are definitely going to try to come out and
no doubt.
and
No
establish
doubt.
that.
No
Well, they
doubt.
have to.
They
That's-
have to. Right.
You got
he's their offense.
Yeah, they're going to try to do it.
Right. Well, that's like you said. That's their offense. It runs through them. They have to establish the run for Derek Carr to be effective.
And I think it's worth noting something I picked up from the game watching it. Now, remember, Ruggs went out, mid to end second quarter before he eventually came back in.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the reasons they went to Jacobs so much is because of that, because they were trying to get Ruggs and all that speed involved early.
Absolutely.
So, they had the deep pass, but they also threw him another one that they
2
didn't
plays
connect
in a row,
on.
That's when he got hurt. Yeah.
They 2 jet sweeps. The jet sweeps in play this week if Ruggs is in there.
Yeah, they were trying to get him going for sure. There's no question about that.
Well, you know how Gruden is. He loves to shiny new toys.
Yeah. But, I mean, come on. Let's talk about who they have outside of that, right? I mean, you got, like you said, Darren Waller,
Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, exactly. And then, Devontae Booker, Hunter Renfrow, and then Steve's favorite fantasy target ever, Jalen Richard.
Bring that up, man. I tried. Yeah, I tried to start him a couple weeks. It didn't work out, all right?
I think eventually...
Why are you bringing up bullshit?
It's my big pickup.
I think eventually Oakland's going to be better than they may play against us on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think, Derek Carr, one of the good things about Derek Carr, looking at last year.
Carr.
Huh?
His last name's Carr.
No, 2 R's. I was going to say that he's, he's not turning off, he's not turning the ball. He doesn't turn the ball over a lot. Right. 8 picks all last year.
Yeah.
Only 21 touchdowns, but remember, I mean,
he's the new
when
Alex Smith.
When your tight end is leading your team by 20-plus catches, that doesn't bode well for a quarterback.
Absolutely.
But, again, you look at this Waller, he's not a tight end.
Yeah, he's more of a wide receiver.
He lines up, as a wide receiver, I think, more than he does as a tight end. But that's not the point. But, yes, you're right. But, yeah, I think Derek Carr is the new Alex Smith of the league.
I mean, let's not forget what Alex Smith did to us.
I know. But hey,
Alex Smith, those guys can win games.
That they can, and that's why they're game managers. It's a guy like Teddy. They're game managers, and they as long as they buy in and they run the system, and put it this way, I don't think Derek Carr is getting under center, reading too many defenses, and checking off of a lot of plays. I'm sure he does more, but you're not going to see this like the top guys.
Yeah,
So it's just I got a good feeling about this week. Again.
I do as well.
I don't think I think we
should go in and handle business.
Yes, I think we had better matchups this week for sure, across the board. Even with a rusty Tom Brady and offense that wasn't really firing on all cylinders.
I think if the defense, bar outside of that first drive, plays the way they did, there's no way we're losing this game. I think the offense is finally going to get something going. Hopefully.
I just I hear what y'all are saying, and I completely agree. And look, these are pros, but I really think it's important, and I wouldn't be shocked for Peyton to really push this all week. But I think this is an important week to keep the foot on the gas, not just to get into that rhythm we've talked about so much and figuring all that stuff out, right? But to stay locked in, and let's not look forward to Green Bay, who comes to town after.
Yeah.
Right? Let's just go in, let's handle business. Let's cover the spread, win some people, let some people win some money here.
Yeah.
Right? Come back and
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is worth saying, I'm not going to get into it yet, but it is going to be a short week going into Green Bay.
Well, let's talk about this too. So, this will be the first game that we're traveling, right, during this COVID situation, right? So,
yeah. There's going to be no fans too.
Yeah. But so I think it's going to be a little different, right? So these guys are all creatures of habit. They're used to things being a certain way. They like things to stay the same, and so it's going to be a little different this time, having to go through the protocols for COVID and all that stuff. And I'm not exactly sure what that all entails with traveling and like that, but I'm sure it's different than what
much
they're
more strenuous than at the home team. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see how that shakes out, but that's just something we should consider factor-wise.
True. Richie Incognito still plays football.
He's actually pretty solid too.
If he could just keep his head straight, he's a really good football player.
Yeah, he's actually pretty solid.
Maniac.
Yeah.
If we had to make a list of NFL players that you want in your corner if a fight breaks out,
No, he's one of the first.
Yeah.
he's one of the first you got to think of.
And
CD Deuce, number 2.
Yeah.
Telling you,
The
man,
artist
I've never.
formerly known
He
as
came out of nowhere.
Chaucer.
Yeah.
Chaucer.
Chaucer.
Yeah,
Chaucer.
man, came out of nowhere, just right by the neck.
He had him in a rear naked choke.
Get out of here,
In
Mike.
0.5 seconds. It was great.
That wimpy deer.
Bambi. But yeah, man. So Matt, like I said, I think we match up against the Raiders much better than we do against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I would agree.
So, but it's another week. Everybody's got another week under their belt. Everybody's gone through the same stuff of no preseason and no warm-ups. So, that's it. Like we're knocking rust off, so can the Raiders. We're not exactly 100% sure what
That's very true.
everything they
It's-
bring to the table. So
It's very true, but yeah, definitely the wealth of targets that Tom Brady had. I don't think we're going to see that this coming week.
No. I mean, like you said, the 50% of the touches were Josh Jacobs. So
Right.
half the time, you know where it's going.
Yeah, we just gotta be stout against the run, man. And I think the defense should be okay.
Yep. I think the defense is going to be fine against the run all year.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something that we're necessarily going to have to, we're going to have to worry about it, but it's not going to be the biggest worry I think we have.
So y'all want to go on the books and put a score down, or y'all want to wait for the prediction piece on Thursday?
No, let's do it.
Oh man.
Let's do it.
Again, y'all call me twice.
Hey, look, y'all can
What's
have
the point spread
y'all can
right
have
now?
like the right to reserve your
Did we even
your
look at the spread yet?
Going to keep it quiet over there, Ryan? Just not going to give out your info? Once you see the spread?
I want to see the spread. What's wrong with that?
Vegas knows.
Vegas does know,
Vegas
right? So I mean,
knows.
if we're keeping score here, let's just.
I'll tell you real quick.
I'm gonna say 38-24, 2 touchdown win.
Wow, 38.
Yeah.
Odds right now, we are favored at 5.5.
Oh man,
Opened at 4.5. We gave us another point already.
that's
after
honestly
the game.
not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Really?
Yeah.
You thought what? Really on the road?
I mean, I don't know.
You ain't gonna get 7-5 on the road.
I don't know. It's the
Well, I
the
mean, if you
Raiders
tack
have
if you
fun.
tack on the 3, then they're basically saying they think we're gonna win by touchdown.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Well,
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's hard to get 7-5 on the road. But
It's
anyway.
the Raiders, man. But anyway,
I know,
Let's go.
but we're on the road. They're opening their new stadium. It's a Monday night, even though there's no fans there.
yeah, you're right. The
whatever.
refs are probably gonna be on their side.
Right.
You know, to get some money.
NFL's
Need
fixed.
to get some money for that new stadium.
Oh, we didn't speak about it yet. Before we go any further here, where my boycotters at out there?
Oh man,
Where y'all at, you lying sons of bitches?
looking stupid.
We got the what was it? The highest rated game in the past 3 years, and it's set. They're projecting it to top Super Bowl 54, a Super Bowl Saints game. The one where everybody said they were going to boycott us, right? Where is it? I got it. I don't have it. I got it now. Yeah, and the best part is that the top available markets that it came through on. Milwaukee is number 1, Seattle, Minneapolis, and then Tampa, and then Philadelphia. So maybe the Saints haters are here because
man.
New Orleans isn't on the list.
Right. Jeez.
Who cares? Eat shit. But
Right.
yeah, so ratings are out the roof. We'll move on from that. the boycotters out there don't really care about y'all too much, but I just wanted to give y'all a little bit of shine. I guess they're not listening.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah, now they are. But yeah, man. Scores. What do we got,
Okay.
Pat? You're starting it off. You brought this up.
38-24.
You going 38-24?
38-24, man.
Okay, so mine was going to be 35-14.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
I was in between y'all, 35-17. So
35-17.
So we'll see how this works out.
Consensus is we're going to kick their ass.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
They can have those points.
Yeah, we don't give a shit about no spread.
No.
Wait, why did you want to see the spread if you were going to call it 35-17?
I don't know, man. I just
See
wanted
what
to
see what the smart money's doing. I get it.
What is wrong with that? You put me on the spot for
I
this.
mean,
I didn't know we were gonna do.
We're going to do picks every week. Get
Well,
your
okay,
shit.
I'll
Get your shit
be more
together.
prepared next time. But I hadn't looked at anything.
Did you? I'm just wondering how you got to that point. Did you expect the spread to be 14?
No, not 14. I just I was
Yeah.
wondering if it was like 7 or something. Relax.
Yeah, I'd say you ain't getting no 7-5 on the road. Unless it's like...
I mean, it's not like Tom Brady hasn't gotten that. Come on.
Yeah, a little different now. I don't know. But anyway, so Saints win. We're going to 2-0. Bucs suck. And we are dubbing this episode Las Vegas Raiders. LOSS. Vegas.
Is that?
Anyway, y'all have a wonderful rest of the week.
Please do.
Gonna have a nice little hoot at before we get out of here. 1-0.
Who dat, guys?
Next time you hear us, we'll be 2-0, and we'll be talking about.
Just remember-
Look out for that preview piece Thursday. Who
Yeah,
dat?
yeah.
Oh yeah, we got Pat's little preview piece gonna come out on Thursday, and
Just remember this feeling, guys. Remember the winning feeling.
yeah, Saints win 35-14.
Yeah.
What a feeling.
All right, guys, have a great rest of the week. I love you all.
Who dat?
Who dat?
For the win! Stride, here he goes.
You play every play like it's the most important play of the game.
Harris still going. And what a catch by Thomas. On 3rd and 2 goes deep. Touchdown for the Saints. What's